All right, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, HASHAM, YAHAWASHI, HASHAM, HaKadosh, for double honors, my apostles at Great Millstone, tell me it's truth. And it's Sir Shalom to elect out there teach this truth with all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay. Something very significant happened the other day concerning the markets. And I wanted to see how trading went before I reported on it. Basically, the SEC approved 11 Bitcoin ETFs, okay, which are equity trade funds. So they're starting to move the financial system over rapidly. Okay. Remember what 2023 brought? It was the launch of Fed Now. Okay. You had XRP settlement ruling that XRP is not a security. Okay. Which a lot of people believe that that's going to be the currency that's on the CHIP, or at least the main driver of the currencies that are on the CHIP. Okay. But you also had a lot of bullshit that happened in 2023. Because a lot of these alternative media guys, they got it wrong. None of them, or hardly any of them, reported on the XRP lawsuit. Okay, the SEC lawsuit with Ripple. I didn't see any of them, at least. If you saw some, then they probably know what the fuck they're talking about. But a lot of these alternative media guys got filtered out, okay, in 2023 as being scam artists, man. That guy that hosts Redacted, Clayton Morris, it came out that he's a fucking scam artist. He was talking about global reserve coin, and on April 1st this is going to happen, on April 15th this is going to happen, on June 20th this is going to happen, on September 21st or whatever this is going to fucking happen. See, these people just throw shit out there to get views and put fear in people, man. Okay? Your fear shouldn't be on some podcast or putting some random fucking dates out there, man. Your fear should be in YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Okay? A lot of them, Dabu was screaming to the fences that by July we'd be bartering. Right? That by July last year we'd be bartering. Okay? A lot of these men do not have the covering of the Lord. Okay? They're just paranoid dudes who read tons and tons and tons of articles and get tons of information relayed to them, most of it which is fucking made up. Okay? And they don't know what to believe, and they become paranoid. And then they have their platforms where they make their money, okay? Off of feeding others with the bullshit, man. Okay? And another thing was the BRICS currency on August 22nd. What happened with that? What happened with that? It's nowhere in sight anytime soon. Okay? Because the dollar isn't really going to get, it's looking like the dollar's not going to get taken out. It looks like it's just going to be outright replaced. Okay? And that XRP lawsuit was a big one, man. That was a big one, man. Because there's a lot of money waiting on the sidelines. They're just waiting for regulation. And now the regulation is here. Okay, and some people may say, well, how come the market didn't really move much since the announcement? Well, those people don't know how the game is played. Okay? Because they know that there's a lot of long positions out there that need to be liquidated before they can move forward. Okay? They're gonna weed those guys out once those positions expire or they get liquidated, and then they're going to move on. Okay? And it's going to take time to build this shit. Let me read this article, and it'll be crystal clear. If you have more than 2 brain cells, it'll be crystal clear. Okay, that we're moving towards a digital monetary system. It's from Business Insider. SEC just approved Bitcoin ETFs. Here's how they work and how to start trading. We're not concerned with the start trading because fuck a damn ETF, okay? Following the SEC's approval, Bitcoin equity trade funds are now available on traditional market exchanges. Unlike Bitcoin futures ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs directly hold Bitcoin assets so investors can more easily gain crypto exposure. Soon, investors can buy Bitcoin ETFs from popular brokerages like Fidelity. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, just greenlit spot Bitcoin ETFs. So far, it has approved Bitcoin ETF proposals as part of its initial announcement. Approved applicants for Bitcoin ETFs include Grayscale, Bitwise, BlackRock, Fidelity, Hashdex, BZX, VanEck, WisdomTree, and Franklin. Some of these are like BlackRock and Fidelity. These are some of the biggest companies in the entire world. Okay? Some of the biggest companies in the entire world. Especially BlackRock, man. They own fucking everything. Go look it up. Okay? Actually, 9.42 trillion. BlackRock Inc. is an American multinational investment company. It is the world's largest asset manager with 9.42 trillion in assets as of June 30th. See if we get other numbers. You can't just go by the first one. I mean, that's just what they're reporting. Okay? Well, that's just how much assets they manage. That doesn't include what assets they actually own. Okay? It's a lot more than that. Applications for Bitcoin ETFs first popped up in 2013. Okay? But have been repeatedly rejected by the SEC up until now, because now is the time when they're going to start doing their plans, okay? Because the scriptures say in Revelation 12:12, what? The devil will come on to you showing great wrath because he knows that he hath but a short time. He knows he's running out of time. Okay? He knows he sees what's going on in the world stage. He knows he's running out of time, so he's got to do it now. He's got to pull the trigger now. And everything, because it's not just about Bitcoin. We're going to get into that in a second. It's also about other technology, blockchains, things like that. Okay? It's at the stage where it's a lot more advanced now. Okay? And they can get what they want out of it. Trading can begin as early as tomorrow, January 11th, 2024, with over a dozen Bitcoin ETF applicants, including Fidelity, BlackRock, Grayscale, ARK Investments, and 21 shares, eager to launch new products. We fought with the SEC for ages, and they have been really slow in accepting the cryptocurrency market, says Stuart John Barton, CFP and co-founder of Volatility Shares. SEC has lost enough battles and is now realizing they may have been leaning too conservative and need to loosen up. Okay? Which means that what? They're ready to move forward. Okay, with this old money system and get with the new. Where everything can be tracked and controlled. Okay? The SEC should be working with the investment community to improve products and make them better, not just stand in the way of innovation. What are Bitcoin ETFs? The Bitcoin ETF, not to be confused with the Bitcoin futures ETF, is an exchange-traded fund that can directly hold Bitcoin among other investable securities. Okay, like pairings and things. Unlike Bitcoin itself, which can only be bought and sold along the blockchain, Bitcoin ETFs can be traded by retail investors through regular brokerage accounts. It opens the crypto market up to a broader world. Over time, we're likely to see a maturing market with more people trading and buying Bitcoin, says Bart. In a more general sense, it just simplifies the process, as most Americans have brokerage accounts. That means pretty much everybody has access to Bitcoin ETFs. Okay? Keep in mind, okay, what is the phrase of the Great Reset? You will own nothing and be happy. The majority of the world, okay, including Americans, aren't going to own any of this stuff. Okay? They don't, that's why they waited till now, because the average person is too poor to really invest in anything anymore. Okay? Because they've eliminated the middle class, so on and so forth, man. Okay? And that's where that CBDC comes in, man. Okay? That's where that CBDC comes in. Because the CBDC is going to be the currency for the slaves. And that might be the first one to launch on the CHIP. We don't know. We'll have to see if they go right to the CHIP or if they introduce it first on your phones or whatever, and then have an incident happen. They got to force it on the CHIP. We got to wait and see how it unfolds. But the end game is CHIP, man, the MOTB. Okay. Then you got guys that'll deny this that we're moving towards that. You got guys that are denying that we're moving towards that. Well, here's the thing: Bitcoin's not going to be on the CHIP. Okay, you regular fucking peon slaves. Okay, you're going to be getting that CBDC on there. Because really, Bitcoin is an asset. It's not made to be moved around. It takes too much processing power. It takes too much uh, energy, so it can't really go on a CHIP. That's really digital gold for others to hold. You know. But if you don't get that CHIP, you won't be able to join the New World Order anyway. Okay, so they'll just take your shit. There's gonna come a time where, let's say, you do own uh, some of these cryptocurrencies. Okay, you're not gonna be allowed to use them unless you receive that MOTB. They'll just seize it. Although uh, although Bitcoin futures ETFs were first introduced on the NYSE back in 2021. Investors still haven't been able to invest directly in Bitcoin through an ETF till today. But with Bitcoin ETFs, people can more easily mitigate risk, simplify the investing process, and increase overall portfolio diversification. A Bitcoin ETF doesn't have to just hold Bitcoin either. Okay? It doesn't have to hold Bitcoin either, just like a gold ETF or an oil ETF. Either, just like any other exchange traded fund, Bitcoin ETFs can be a combination of crypto, stocks, bonds, and other commodities. Okay? So they could tie other cryptos and tie with certain stocks and bonds. And well, if you look at a lot of the stable coins in the cryptocurrency market, a lot of them are uh, based off U.S. Treasuries. Okay, they purchase U.S. Treasuries and then they back their coin up with it. Other things like real estate. Bitcoin ETFs therefore provide an easy way for investors to diversify their portfolios further. The launch of Bitcoin ETFs could change the game of crypto trading by granting retail investors a more accessible means of exposure to the crypto world. Plus, ETFs are one of the most affordable ways to decrease volatility through portfolio diversification. Investing in Bitcoin through an ETF is now the simplest, least risky way to get exposure to the crypto market. Cryptocurrencies are notoriously volatile. Ask anybody who's been in them, who trades these things, man. Okay, the volatility, the volatility in a crypto market would make your average stock trader fucking lose his mind. Okay, and the market in general has been riddled with fraudulent activity and scams. And if you notice, right, they've been arresting a lot of these guys. Do Kwon, CZ, the guy who was the CEO of the largest crypto exchange, Binance. They had this Sam Bankman-Fried. He was just an insider. Okay, and now they got I heard that Justin Sun is the next guy they're going after, and he's like off on some island right now. Nobody could really find him. Okay, that's the next scam artist to go. Okay, and then with all that, all these scams, that puts a lot of pressures on these exchanges and these Web3 wallets to do the KYC verification, which is know your customer. Okay. However, more investors can get involved in the cryptocurrency market by being regulated by the SEC and trading on the traditional exchange. Okay, so there's the answer. There's the answer. Uh, let's get this by CNBC. Here's what Bitcoin ETF actually means for investors. I just wanted to scroll through it, taking too long on this. They're pretty much repeating what the other article said. An ETF is an investment fund that tracks the performance of an underlying asset. That could be stocks, a basket of currencies, a precious metal like gold, or in this case, Bitcoin. It's a way for investors to get exposure to the value of the underlying asset without directly owning it. Meaning what? They get to utilize these financial instruments. ETFs trade on traditional stock exchanges, and their value should rise when the underlying asset increases in price or fall if it decreases. Okay? Now here's the point in the next two paragraphs. And I want you brothers to think about this one when I read it. As crypto investors look to assess what the market impact of a Bitcoin ETF might be, many are comparing Wednesday's news to the green lighting of the SPDR Gold Shares ETF, the first ever spot gold ETF in 2004. The total gold market capitalization, or market cap, was worth around $1 trillion to $2 trillion before the gold ETF was approved. Okay? And this subsequently ballooned to $16 trillion in a few years after. Let me read this again, just to show you how fast things are going to move. The total gold market capitalization was worth around $1 trillion to $2 trillion before the gold ETF was approved. And this subsequently ballooned. Now think about it, man. This was in 2004, right? Probably took a few years to get moving. Well, what's happened to fiat since then? What's happened to fiat currency since those few years? 2000, you had 2008, right? and the rest writes itself. Okay. And this subsequently ballooned to $16 trillion in a few years after. What's the market cap of Bitcoin right now? About $1 trillion. According to Vijay Iyer, Vice President of International Markets for Indian crypto exchange CoinDCX. Here's a quote. Bitcoin's adoption will be much faster and bigger than that. So it ain't going to take a few years. You have what's known as the Bitcoin halving event. Okay. Which always indicates a super cycle of Bitcoin. Okay. Because Bitcoin trades in super cycles. Okay. Sends supply shocks through the markets. And all this is happening when people are losing confidence in the dollar. Okay. See, that's how you know these elites are running the show, man. Because if you had a real president who was actually working for his country and not some elites, they had more than two brain cells, like I said earlier in the video. They would back the dollar with Bitcoin because of what's about to happen. Okay. There is now a U.S. Bitcoin spot ETF, and Bitcoin is no longer considered shady or infamous. Remember, just because it says Bitcoin doesn't mean that there aren't going to be other assets on these ETFs. This significantly changes the perception for the mainstream public. It also means that Bitcoin could start appearing in mainstream portfolios where many more retail investors can gain exposure. Right, going mainstream. Going mainstream, man. It's Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So this is going to become part of the image of the beast, right? And then eventually it's going to translate into what? The Motb. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? And he caused all, those small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? This is the building block of this new system. Now you got to wonder, the majority of the world's not going to own any of this stuff. Okay? So that's where the poor come in. Okay? Scriptures talk about how his eyes are trivially set against the poor. Okay? That no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, so this is a major shift towards this, towards the Motb, man. You're not going to be able to buy or sell. Okay? It's now walked through the door. Okay? They got the Fed now set up, you know. Swift switched over to blockchain technology too in 2023. Okay? There's been a lot of legal rulings, court decisions, regulation created. Okay? Big institutional fund managers can add it to their investment funds. Retirement planners can now include it in employer-sponsored 401k plans. That's going to be the big one. Okay? How do you think this is going to impact the dollar? If they tried taking out the dollar, they can't take out the dollar. It's going to have to be replaced somehow. Okay? This is Psalm 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Okay? Because the Lord is going to upset this. Like we always read in Revelation 14, man. Like we always read in Job 20. Okay? Let me get that. When he's eating, the Lord's going to bring that system down. He's not going to let these elites enslave the whole fucking world, man. That's what these paranoid idiots out there tell you, man. It's Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, YAHAWAH shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Right? Taking out this system, World War III, nuclear missiles. Okay, cyber attacks, things like that. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Right? Think about that silo. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. Okay? It's going to be the beginning of the end of Esau's society, man. Because this devil deserves it. What has he done? Let's go back and read this. Psalm 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, let him be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You look at the food system, right? You look at how commerce is structured. It could easily be disrupted. Okay, it could easily be disrupted, man. He went against the natural order that the Most High set up. GMO foods, putting all kinds of chemicals in there. He designed society so that people can't be so-called self-sufficient. He eliminated the mom and pop farms and stores and went all corporate. All that shit could be easily disrupted, man. Okay? And he did it because he wanted to control the people. He wanted to separate people from nature. Okay? He wanted the people to eat and drink all his poison. He wanted to be seen as God, like it says in 2 Thessalonians. Like you look at who's that guy? So-called Dr. Harari, right? He says we don't need God anymore. We can make God as angry as we like. We can make our own food. He didn't say grow, he said make. Okay? We can engineer their own food. We can make water. We can make God as angry as we like. Okay? And he wants you to live off that shit. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. And we know what his heart's desire is, to have everybody see it. Now, if you brothers want to look into, investing in that stuff or maybe making a quick buck, that's on you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with the money. And if you don't, then it's all good too, right? Because it doesn't matter, man. Because uh, Bitcoin is not going to deliver you from a nuclear missile. Okay, a Web3 wallet is not going to deliver you from a nuclear missile, man. Okay, and if you receive that Motb, you will get a missile. But I mean, I get into it a little bit because it helps me understand. Okay, and I don't have to work as much. you know, uh, this is Psalm 10 and 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Because that's who he's looking at, man. The common person, primarily you Israelites. Okay? Esau Edom doesn't even want his own people. Okay? He doesn't even want his own people to live in abundance in his New World Order. Only the elite families. Okay? So how much more so you Jakes? Psalm 10 and 9. He lieth and waits secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth and wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. All right? He's got everybody chasing his money, man. He's basically made money the new god in this society. Okay? Now is he if he's moving over a system, right? A lot of these people ain't gonna have shit. So how's he gonna draw them into his net? By putting the money on the C-hip, right? Putting the money on the C-hip, man. But to do this, he's got to create all these different devices, man. You notice he's got everybody locked into these electronics, man. The society becoming more digital every day. Well, the Lord is going to disrupt that. Okay? And he's opening the eyes of certain people, primarily the elect, okay, to see that, hey, maybe this isn't the right way to live. Because really, this social media is a cancer, man. Society he's had set up. Even I find myself using, I like to use cash when I can. But even I like to, I mean, even I'm starting to uh, move more towards digital payments, like using my card or whatever, man. You know, so did a lot of other brothers when they came in this troop. They preferred using cash, but now he's making it more difficult. Okay, now he's making it to where you get the was it the Amazon subscribe and save. You ain't got to go to the like you ain't got to go to the door or to the supermarket or the store, wait in line, deal with these fucking people, man. Okay, these irritating people. Okay, you just have the shit delivered at your doorstep, man, and it's cheaper. You don't have to deal with the fucking hassle, making everything convenient. That's a device. It's a wicked device. Okay, convenience. Okay, Look what it's done. It's made the love of many wax cold. Okay, I don't even like leaving my house being around these fucking people, man. Because I know that damn near every time I go to a public setting, there's going to be something or someone that pisses me the fuck off. The fucking rat race. And I know you brothers have have a similar mindset too. Psalm 33 and 10. The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. Now, what's the counsel of the heathen? Those elites. You know, your various secret societies. Okay, your Bilderberg groups, your Club of Rome, uh, uh, Club of 300, so on and so forth. Okay? Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. Okay? Because in the kingdom, we're going to have the proper order of things, man. You know, the natural order of things is going to be restored. The earth's going to be replenished. Okay? The way that we do business is going to go back to the right way. Okay? And there's going to be just weights. I'm not going to be feeding people food that's been modified from a molecular level down their throats. Okay, we're not going to be forcing people to get jabs that alter their DNA. You know, we're not going to be doing that shit, man. You know, people aren't going to be sitting around, even the heathens, they're not going to be sitting around staring at a fucking phone screen all day, giving their asses cataracts. Okay? This is, in fact, I'm going to get this scripture and then I'll wrap it up. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Okay, let me read this again. Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And all these things that he has set up, all the trends, all the technology, all the ways of life in the society, and it's all done to point towards what? To get the people to move toward and accept a new world order, man, which is his enterprise. Okay, but the Lord is gonna disappoint those devices, man. The Lord is gonna disappoint those devices. Okay, the Fed now and the Web3 and the metaverse and all that shit. It's going to disappoint all that shit. So till next time, shalom.